Yep.
and it's the 31st.
Yes.
It is the last day of the month. And we know for many of our followers that this is also crunch time. Like everybody's, how many of you are like, I am trying to reach my goals and I may or may not make it. I'm not really sure right now.
Yeah.
Right?
How many of you are biting your fingernails, kind of nervous because you have these big dreams and aspirations and it's the end of the month and you're like, how am I going to get there? And I'm right here. If you're feeling that way, give us a little heart, give us a wave, let us know where you are right now.
Yeah. Because honestly, I've been there.
Oh yeah, I've been there. And not even just a long time ago. I mean, there are still months in our business. And even this month we had kind of a conversation where we were like, okay, like we have like goals that we want to be able to meet and we feel kind of far away from where they are. So we wanted to give you guys a couple of tips and strategies for how to end the month strong so that when you start February, you're like, I couldn't have done any better.
Absolutely. All right. So the first tip for you guys, for those of you that are right here, right now saying, I want to reach my goals, but I'm not there yet. Follow-ups. I think we really downplay the importance of a good follow-up, and not just follow-ups like I'm going to send a mass email or a mass message to everybody that's on my list. But doing that, but also taking it one step further and saying, okay, today I'm gonna block out my time for building my business and I'm gonna personally message every single person that I have talked to for the entire month and tell them how excited I am to have them a part of my product, my service, or whatever it is that I'm offering, and just connect with them and say, I'd love to have you as a part of whatever it is that I do. So that's kind of step number one.
Yeah, and then step number two is if you already have a loyal customer base, ask for referrals. I think this is one of the things that so many people overlook. They don't do because they're nervous, because they don't want people to think that they're just, you know, asking them or using them in some way to sell a product. But if you ask your loyal customers who are already loving what you offer or loving what you're selling, ask them if they know anyone who would also love to be a part of what you're doing or the products that you provide. And sometimes on top of that, I also offer a nice little customer incentive too. So sometimes I will give them a free product or I'll ship them something as a thank you. But if you don't ask, you're not going to receive. So ask your customers. I'm sure that you would be surprised how many of them are more than happy to help.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, as you were saying that, I thought of one other thing too, is you can even do like a customer shout out. So like you could feature a customer on your social that has had a really good experience. You could tag them, and that allows you to also, it allows that person to say, thank you so much for shouting me out. It gives them visibility, but then their people begin to engage. And so they're like, so what are you doing? Tell me about this, you know? And so
curious.
Yeah. And so it allows you to even have conversations outside of your warm market that you probably wouldn't have been able to have otherwise.
Yeah. And so even though that might not be an immediate payoff, that's something that long term, it's one of those slight edge factors that eventually you don't know the impact that that could make.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one.
The next one. All right. So you have to create some type of engaging post. Now, we know the importance of social media and how much it can have a positive impact on your business. But an engaging post where you are actually walking people through exactly what they're going to get, why it's important, and also why they need to act now, act fast. So we're going to break this down for you a little bit more.
You know, and on that one too, I find that just from experience and working with people, we get so into the mindset of I'm just going to sell, right? And so like the last day of the month, everything is just like buy now, sign up, here's the link. But don't forget how important the story part of it is. So if you have a product that is meeting the needs of people following you, make sure you tell a little bit about how this product or service solved a problem you had personally, and then go into that last
or even a customer or someone that you've been able to help. So let's break that one down just a little bit more. So when you're doing a post on social media where you know you want people to act fast, make sure you cover the following. You want to make sure that you cover, this is what I offer, and this is what you get with the offer. Share a story or a testimonial or something like that. And then most importantly, why they need to act now, how many offers you have left, what they need to do to actually act. Do they need to drop an emoji? Do they need to send you a private message? Do they need to
fill out a
form? Being very specific with your directions and really confident in the way that you are putting that out there. And don't just limit it to one post. I mean, make sure you're sharing that back into your stories.
Absolutely.
Or if you put it in your grid, you should also have it on your Facebook page as well. And then even if you have that group of customers, share that with them and say, hey, do you guys mind putting this out for me? I'm really trying to get to my month end goals, and I would really love your support and appreciate it so much if you could help me get there.
I love that. And honestly, as much as I talk to people and they say, oh, I'm so afraid to go live, add live to that as well. So you've got something on your grid, something on your Facebook, something in your stories, and then go live and talk about it. Because when people hear your heart, they hear your passion, people that are kind of on the fence, they can't help but be connected to what you're saying. And that really helps people make that decision.
Yeah, and even Melanie earlier this week actually really encouraged me personally with that, because she was kind of explaining to me that when you put something on your post or you put something in your IG stories, it's one step further when they hear your heart on live. So it's just kind of backing up what you're trying to get through to your audience. So that's really a valid point.
Yeah. Okay. So last thing is belief. Now, this is just a really big part of what we do. Number one, you have to believe in the product and the service that you're providing. You have to believe that it's worth the price tag that people are going to pay, right? And so that's important. Like when I sit down to do this work, and I know this wasn't something we put into the script for today, but it just popped into my mind, is that when I'm sitting down to do my work, I always have to remind myself that I am not annoying people. I am not giving them something that doesn't work. I'm not providing a service that I don't 100% believe in. And so when I sit down to do my invites, my follow-ups, and growing my social media, I will say to myself, like, somebody out there needs me to reach out to them. I could literally change their life or build their confidence or catch them at a time where they really needed a message today to lift them up. And so I really look at what I'm doing as I am really providing somebody a valuable service that they need that improves their quality of life in some way. And so you really have to get in a position where you're confident, you're excited, like honestly, a smile on your face while you're typing, it changes the whole tone of your body. Because if you're sitting there going, oh God, they're gonna say no, or oh my gosh, they're definitely gonna give me a price objection, you will put yourself in a position where that will actually happen just because of the way you position yourself, right?
And I think you said it perfectly. I don't even have anything to add to that. Well, but yeah, you have to believe in what you offer, and you have to believe that you are capable of hitting the goals that you have set out for yourself. So that when you get into the new month, when you actually get into February or March, whatever month you are in, you can actually look back and say, wow, even if I didn't hit that goal, I still built momentum. You know, I ended the month knowing I couldn't have done more. And even as I move forward into this new month, I can apply those same skills that I was using at the end of the month throughout the entire month. And just imagine what that could look like for your business. If you actually worked the way that you're working on the last day of the month throughout the entire month, how that like can change everything.
Yeah. So I'm going to take myself back for one moment to 2011. All right. So it was December of 2011 and it was New Year's Eve. And I was like one customer sale away from reaching my goal. I had an option. I could say, well, January will be better. I'll just wait until the new month starts. Or I could say, the dishes are gonna wait. The clothes that need folded are gonna wait. I really don't need to watch this training right now. I am gonna put everything else aside and I'm gonna sit down and I am gonna do everything that I can humanly possibly think to do to reach this goal. And it meant like phoning a friend or, you know, doing a follow-up or creating that offer. But for me, it was such a character building moment when I was able to complete that last sale and be like, dude, I did it. Like I did not make excuses and I couldn't have given it a fingernail more. And so I don't know where you're at right now. I know that all of us are busy. You know, some of you have kids or family or you work another full-time job. Heck, Katie and I are working two jobs right now, right? 2 jobs and raising a family and trying to do all of those things, right? But it just kind of comes down to like, am I willing to do the work to reach the goal in the time. And it becomes more about who you become and what you learn through the process of those goals, right?
Yeah, and I absolutely think that the only thing you're going to be guaranteed is that it's not going to be convenient. It's not going to be easy, and you are going to have to stretch yourself. You are going to have to say, all right, how can I just figure this out? What are the ways that I can go about achieving my goals so that when you get to the new month, you can really truly say, I couldn't have done more.
Yeah.
And your momentum is already there for the new month.
Awesome.
So anyways, we are rooting for you.
Absolutely.
And we are thinking of you. I know that Melanie and I still are working towards a couple of month-end goals for ourselves as well. So we're in the trenches here with you. We're building a business right alongside you, and that's something we're really proud of.
Yeah, and so guys, go out there, crush your goals. Honestly, if you pull it out on the last day of the month, I want you to hashtag us and say, I made Chic happen, right? So for the next 24 hours, we are gonna feature people that follow us and using the hashtag, I made Chic happen, and you reached your goals. I want you to tell us what you did to get there, what helped from this video today.
That's great.
And we would love to see you in the community. So there's still time to register, visit our bio and check us out and come hang out with us in our Chic community, guys.
Yes.
All right, have a
Very
good
cool.
day.